Hey y'all, it's your girl Love Ayana. Welcome back to my YouTube video. And from the title, I'm gonna tell y'all about the hard truths. The hard truths that I learned in 2024. Okay. 2024 was a crazy year. It was a lot. It was terrible. It was terrible. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, 2024 was really, really bad. But I learned so many things in 2024, and I feel like through my experiences and what I learned, I kind of just want to share with y'all, like, shit that I've been through. I feel like 2024 was a year of truths and lessons for me. I really discovered who I was as a person and really kind of broke out of the shell that I was in. I feel like for a long time, I kind of was just like a shell of a person. Like, I was a mix of what society and what everybody else wanted me to be, and I wasn't who I actually am at my core. And so I feel like 2024 really opened my eyes to a lot of shit that I needed to realize. And so now I want to kind of share with you guys 2024, like my wrapped for me. So my phone is right here because a bitch can't remember shit. I can't remember nothing. So if y'all see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my list. So some tips I want to share with y'all for 2024. One, nobody coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. I really learned that if you got a goal or if you have something that you want to do, you got to do that shit for yourself. If you sad, you depressed, you got something you want to do, you got goals, you got ambitions, you got dreams, you feeling lonely, you feel like you need validation, nobody is coming to save you. The only person who has the will and who has the drive and the ability to change your life is you. Nobody else has it. If you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to get it. Nobody's about to come to you and say, hey, here's the solution to your problems. Here's this, here's that, here's happiness, here's this. Nobody's coming to do that. If you don't do shit for yourself, if you don't do shit on your own, it's not going to happen. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Nobody's coming to save you. Especially emotionally, I looked for validation from other people emotionally for my whole life. And I feel like when I was sad and I was depressed, it caused me to blame other people for my actions and shit that I need to take responsibility for. And I didn't hold myself accountable because I'm seeking validation from all these different people. And when you seek validation from other people, you start to resent these people, or you start to have hatred or anger towards them because of how they move. But in reality, it's you putting your shit onto them, expecting them to know how you feel, expecting them to have the key to your problem when that's not what's reality. Reality is that you have your own shit. At the end of the day, it is not nobody else's responsibility but your own to deal with your shit. Now, you can have someone help you, but it's not their job to. Like, you can't rely on them to help you. You know what I mean? So if you don't help yourself, you're not going to get help at all. And it's really that simple. So that's the first truth I learned 2024. Stop trying to fix people. Stop trying to fix people. We're all human. And we're all wired in different ways. And that's why the human mind and people are so unique and so different and so amazing, because every decision we make, our environment, decisions people make from around us, our actions, the way we speak, the way we talk, the way we move, the way our mind thinks, is so uniquely crafted that everybody has a different experience and everyone has a different way of thinking. And you can't sit there and, because of your own mind or because you want someone to treat you a certain way or act a certain way, you can't make them do that. You can't make them act a certain way, and you can't fix something that's damaged. Like, I feel like for me, I had this thing since I was younger that if it was a guy, especially it really comes down to men. Like, I feel like I had this like, oh my God, he's broken, I gotta fix him type of mentality. And that's not what you should do, because you spend so much. It's not anybody's responsibility to fix anybody. Like I said in my first lesson, you gotta want to do it for yourself. It's not your responsibility and your job to fix somebody. And I feel like I spent a lot of time trying to fix people and help people out that I was neglecting myself. I was neglecting me because I'm trying to save other people, and it came with nothing. Like, at the end of the day, they still ain't fixed, they still ain't right, and I'm fucked up. You know what I mean? You can't fix people. Like, the whole point of human connection and love, if you really love somebody, or a part of human connection is accepting that person for who they are. And when you accept people for who they are, you got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can't, like, you can want to help them if they need help, but you can't, like, say, like, oh, I don't like this part of somebody, I'm gonna fix it. Or be like, oh my God, I'm Bob the Builder nigga, Bob the Builder bitch, and I'm finna help this nigga, and I'm finna do this, then the third, and I'm finna change their life. No. When you do that, you take away energy from yourself. If you ever notice, if you're in a relationship where you're constantly giving, you're constantly trying to help this person and save this person and get their life together, you notice that your energy starts getting sucked out. You don't do as much from yourself. You notice you're looking raggedy, you're looking dull, your light is dimming because you're giving all your energy to this person. Stop trying to fix. Stop building the nigga. Stop building the bitch. This is not that. Helping is one thing. Giving your all and trying to fix somebody to the point where you are neglecting yourself is something different. Just cut it out. We're not doing that. 2025. Rejection is your protection. If somebody rejects you, move on. Don't get mad. Don't get hurt. Don't get upset. Rejection is your protection. If somebody can't see your light, don't try to make them see your light, because that's like you're begging for somebody. You don't ever want to beg for nobody. At the end of the day, if somebody want to be in your life, they're going to be in your life. If they don't want to be in your life, tell them goodbye, deuces. I see you whenever. Catch you at the door. Like, that comes down to self-respect. That you need to have self-respect for yourself enough to say, like, hey, if you don't want me, there's somebody else that will. You got to go. Goodbye. And also, you don't know what that rejection may do. Like, if that person may reject you, you don't know. It may be somebody else who's better that's about to come around the corner. And you don't know because you blind by this person. Or even that comes with anything. Like, if a job rejects you, who knows? Like, maybe this was your dream job. You really wanted this job so bad and they reject you. Who knows? It may be a better job offer that's coming that's actually way better than the one you would have gotten. Rejection is your protection. When you see something and this doesn't work out the way you wanted it to work out, see where life is pushing you. See what direction life is pushing you. See what other options there is out there, because maybe it's a better option you're not aware of because you're so focused on the thing that rejected you. Rejection is your protection. See the rejection, accept it, and see what other options and what other direction life is taking you. Because I promise you, when you see that and when you look at rejection as your protection, you will understand. You'll be like, oh my gosh. Like, this time last year, I was in a very mentally abusive relationship, and I thought my world was crumbling. When I found out that the man cheated on me, I thought my world was done. I thought my world crumbled, and I was just like, what am I going to do? A year now today, I could tell you that the person that I am, I'm happy that shit happened, because I'm a way better person mentally, and I'm actually me. I was a shell of a person when I was with that man, because I thought I was so in love, and I thought this and I thought that. Everything I thought then is nothing that I think now. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be the person who I am, and I wouldn't be sitting right here today. So, rejection is your protection. Just because you're alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. And being lonely doesn't mean that you're alone. A lot of times people misconstrue those, and they think like, oh my God, well, I'm so lonely because I don't have anybody. And a lot of times it's like, I don't have a romantic sort of partnership or romantic connection with somebody. You don't need a romantic connection with somebody to have people that will have your back. And I feel like society nowadays have kind of trained our minds to be like, the only thing that matters is a romantic connection, finding your soulmate, finding your partner, finding who this, that, and the third. But what they don't realize is finding yourself, having a deep connection with yourself, and having a good deep connection with your friends can be worth more than having a romantic connection. I used to think before, like, oh, I'm so lonely and I'm so alone and I don't have anybody and I don't have anything. And I had to stop myself and be like, me saying I'm so alone and I don't have anybody, when I have friends who whenever I call them with a serious issue, they pick up, no problem. I got friends who would do anything for me. If I need them, they there. I got family, when I need them, they there. And me saying that I don't have anybody is like a slap in the face to them, because they are consistently there for me. And I'm giving all my time, my energy to these niggas who are not there for me, when I have people in my life who are there. If I need a shoulder to cry on, they're there. So saying, oh, I'm alone, when I'm alone, I'm lonely, no, you're not ever lonely. You have people in your corner. Stop disrespecting them because you're putting other people on a higher pedestal who don't give a fuck about you. There are people in your life that care about you. You need to strengthen your relationship with them and stop disrespecting them by saying you're alone. You're not alone. Just because it's not a romantic connection doesn't mean that it's not a connection that is deep within you, that's going to help you, that can help you bring out the real you, help you further in life. It's like literally. And also a deep connection within yourself. If you don't have a connection with yourself, you don't have a relationship with yourself, you're going to feel alone, because you're with yourself a lot of the time. If you don't like yourself because you don't have a connection with yourself, you're going to feel lonely. You're not lonely. Learn yourself. Learn yourself. Figure out who I am at my core. Because now, y'all, when I tell you I be sitting in that bed, I'll be in my house, I'm by myself, I don't ever feel lonely. Because I have myself. I don't ever feel lonely. I have myself. I crack myself up. I laugh at my own jokes. I do what I want to do. I go out. I have dates with myself. I go and explore hobbies and passions, and I just take myself out and I take care of myself. And that made me shift my mindset from I'm alone to I have somebody with me all the time, and that's me. That's me. I got myself. And it's not off no I don't need nobody energy. It's off of I have myself. I am my greatest friend. I am my greatest supporter. I am my number one fan, my supporter, my number one, my best friend. That's me, and it should be yourself. So when I'm by myself, I'm never alone because I have me. I have me. And I have people who care about me. I have people I can call on. My friends, my family. I have people in my corner. You're not alone. You need to explore those and deepen those connections with people. Stop disrespecting them and disrespecting yourself by saying you are alone and you're lonely. You're never alone. You're never lonely. You just need to tap into yourself and create that connection with yourself. And that connection, and strengthen that connection with your friends and your family. Attachment is a silent killer and the reason why a lot of your relationships fail. I realized that I have attachment issues, and me, I'm a disorganized attachment. I realized my attachment style was disorganized attachment style, and disorganized attachment style is basically where you're both anxious and avoidant. And attachment styles stem from childhood. They stem from your parent or guardian, the way that they showed you love or the way that you kind of perceived love growing up. And I realized that a lot of my relationships that I've had, whether it was situationships or actual relationships, I didn't really like the person. Like, deep down, I didn't really like the person. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that sounds really fucked up when you say it, but I didn't really like the person to that certain extent, to like be in a relationship with them. Like, they were cool, we had good times, we had good laughs, but when you really take into account what it means to be in a relationship and what foundations you need to be in a relationship with somebody, I didn't really like them like that. I didn't. That sounds so fucked up. But I did it. It was because I got attached to them. I got attached to a certain part of them. And that's why a lot of times you see in relationships where people be like, oh, I fell out of love with them, or I stopped loving them, or my feelings lessened. It's because you were attached to a certain part of that person and not the whole person. You were attached to a certain part. And when that certain part didn't exist anymore, you were faced with the actual person and you didn't like them. Or a lot of times you make up a fairy tale version of this person in your head. And when you make up this fairy tale version of this person in your head that you have manifested and construed, and they show you the real them, you're like, oh, I don't like this. Yeah, because bitch, you was being delusional and made a whole fairy tale version of this person that did not exist at all. This is not the real deal person. So I realized this year that my attachment issues caused me to be in relationships and be in situationships with people who I didn't necessarily like. And then when shit turned left, I'm wondering why. And it's because, nigga, you don't really like them for real. You don't really like them for real. It's your attachment. You were latching on to a certain part of them that did not exist or was not strong enough to survive or sustain a relationship with them. So attachment is a silent killer, and it kills a lot of relationships. If you don't actually love the person, if you don't actually get to know somebody full-fledged and accept the good and bad and the ugly, and you just have your anxious attachment or your avoidant attachment or your disorganized attachment style, and you latch onto them, you're going to be disappointed every time. You need to heal that part of you so that you're not wasting your time, your energy, and you're not doing the same thing to the other person, wasting their time, wasting their energy, all because you don't know how to, understand your emotions. Boundaries are your protection. Boundaries, 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 boundaries. You need to have boundaries in your life. With friends, with family, with relationships, you need to have boundaries. If you don't have boundaries set in place, you are giving people an open door to disrespect you. Plain and simple. Because if you don't have certain things in place that you're like, oh, I don't like that. It's not flying with me. Or I wouldn't appreciate you doing that. Or I don't like that you do that. If you don't have things in place, people are going to disrespect you, and they're going to disrespect that every time. And if you don't stand firm on that, people are going to disrespect you as well. For example, let's say you have a boundary in relationships where you let's say you don't want to do anything sexual or have any sexual relations with your partner for 3 months. And this guy that you're talking to or this girl that you're talking to, they keep pushing it. They're like, oh, come on, like they touching all on you, they kissing all on you. They're like, oh, come on, like let's just do it. Let's try to coax you in. They're disrespecting you. Reel it back out. Reel it back out. That's disrespectful. If you're weak, if you don't stand on your boundaries and you give in, that only shows them that it doesn't matter what you say. If they want to get their way, they're going to get their way, and they're going to do it all because they just have to slowly kind of reel you in, and they got you. That teaches people that you are easily disrespected, and that it doesn't matter if they disrespect your boundaries. It doesn't matter what you say, because if they want it, they're going to get it out of you because they know how to. You need to have boundaries, and you need to firmly have these boundaries so that you keep your self-respect to say like, hey, no, like if the nigga try to put, if this is your boundary that you have, I don't want to do anything sexual within 3 months, and he does something or she does something sexual, she tries to touch up on you. Bitch, no. Nigga, no. I said I don't want to do that. If they keep pushing, they're disrespecting you. Cut them off. Don't matter. That's what that goes back to that attachment shit. It doesn't matter whatever version you made up in your head about them. It doesn't matter how much you like them. That shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. Once somebody disrespect you, they're going to keep disrespecting you. Have your boundaries set, and you need to say no. And if your boundaries are disrespected, you got to go. That is going to protect you in the long run, because that's going to wean out the disrespectful and negative people that shouldn't be in your life. Because anybody in your life should not 100% never disrespect your boundaries. If that's a boundary that you set, they should be accommodating to that. Because if someone who really loves you is not going to want to make you feel bad or make you feel disrespected. And if they push in that boundary, that means they don't love and they don't respect you, and they got to go. Same thing goes for family. Same thing goes for friends. Don't let your friends disrespect you. Don't let your family disrespect you. Doesn't matter if you're blood. If I give you respect, you give me respect. Doesn't matter if you're older. Doesn't matter if you're my mama, my daddy, my cousin, my sister, my auntie, my uncle. It don't matter. Best friend, no friend, close friend, acquaintance. It don't matter. You should not be disrespected by anybody. And if you're letting people disrespect you, it's because you have no respect for yourself. Get some respect for yourself. When you start respecting yourself and you start putting your boundaries in place to make other people respect you, you're going to get respect, and you're never going to feel disrespected in life ever. You're just not. When you put your boundaries in place and make people respect you, that's when you're going to get respect. And that's when you attract people who will respect you. You not having no boundaries set and you not having no self-respect, you attracting all these bum people, then wondering why you dating bums and you messing with bums, and wonder why your family don't care about you and don't respect you and then walk all over you. Wonder why you're a doormat, because you don't have boundaries set in place to say, I don't like that and you're not going to do that to me, or you can go. Get some boundaries. Get some boundaries, stand firm on your boundaries, and that's how you're going to wean out the negative and the disrespectful people who are going to try to wean their way into your life. Nope. Skirt. Stop them right there dead in their tracks. Okay? Boundaries are your protection. Get some, stand on it, and see how your life change for the better. I'm not dimming my light for anybody. 2024 really showed me that about myself in the sense of how I want to be perceived. I think before I kind of wanted to be perceived as what social media told me to be perceived as, or the validation that I seeked, I wanted to be perceived in a way where I would get that validation. And I had to learn that whatever outside forces have nothing to do with how I want to be perceived in my core. And how I want to be perceived at my core is a light, a beacon of positivity, and I want to radiate that. And I have a big heart and I like giving, and I feel like in today's society, especially with dating, it's so normalized to be like, oh, be cold-hearted, don't let them know your true emotions, like don't be showing emotions to people, and if they go 8 hours without texting you, you go 12, da da da. No, I'm not doing that. 2025, at the end of the day, I have a big heart and I act how I want to act because this is me. I am not dimming my light. I'm not stepping out of my character for anybody. I'm not playing games with anybody at all. There is no tit for tat. There is no yes, no, yeah, but no. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be sitting here playing those petty games where I'm sitting there, you going 8 hours without texting me, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go 12 to spite you. No, because when you do that, all you do is harbor hate in your heart. All you're doing is harboring all those emotions or all those feelings, and you're taking things personally when you don't need to. You don't need to at all. I'm not doing that shit. Let me tell you, if I'm talking to you, if you're interested in me and we talking, I feel like if you're interested in me, you're going to text me. You're going to text, you're going to call. And if you don't text and you don't call, you're going all day without talking to me, you got to go. Like, there is no playing games back and forth. There is no, if I feel like, for me, when I like somebody, I like you. I want to talk. I want to text. I want to hang out. It don't got to be all day, every day. But I feel like I want to be able to talk, text, communication. If you busy, tell me you busy. You know what I mean? You don't gotta text me all day, but if you're gonna be busy, say, hey, babe, I'm gonna be busy. Hey, Miss Girl, I'm gonna be busy, ma'am, woman, whatever the hell you want to call me. Hey, I don't know about some of them. But just be like, hey, like, I'm gonna be busy today, but like, I will talk to you when I get a chance. Communication, that's what I want. If you're not on that, if you're not matching my energy, you gotta go. Like, there is no me dimming my shit anymore. I did that whole matching energies with people. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not matching your energy. If you got weird energy, you're gone. If you have disrespectful energy, you're gone. If I feel like you don't want to talk to me, you're gone. I'm not dimming my light for nobody. I'm not dimming who I am and belittling who I am to match negative people energy. Like, I'm at a high vibration. I'm trying to be up here. If you down here, you're gone. I'm not coming down to your level because you want to play a fucking game. This bitches ain't no game. This is life. And I'm not wasting my time and energy sitting here trying to come down to you. No. And a lot of people be like, why did you do that? Why did you text him that? No, you need to go hours without texting him. You need to. No. Because when you do that, that's wasted time. That's wasted energy. And that's not the type of person that I am. I'm not going to be texting back slow. If I'm interested in you, I'm interested in you. I'm not going to fake like I'm all busy. No, bitch, I'm not that busy. Like, I'm busy, but I'm not that busy. I can send a text every couple of hours. Like, I'm on my phone to send a text every couple of hours. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not going to play no games with nobody. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. And I don't take it personally. If you want to, do that, that's fine. But you're not getting my energy no more to disrespect me. And it's really simple. I'm a nice person. I'm a nice person. And I am content with being a nice person. Being a nice person doesn't mean you have to get ran over, though. You know what I mean? Being a nice person doesn't mean that you have to compromise your boundaries and your self-worth over it and dim your light. I'm not dimming my light for anybody. I'm going to continue to be a nice person. I'm going to continue to be the kind-hearted soul that I am and be nice. Even if you do me wrong, I'm going to still be nice to you. But you never getting that energy out of me again. You're not getting that energy out of me ever again. Ever. You would just have to go. So, just taught me how to be just not dimming my light and dimming and downplaying who I am to meet someone else at the low vibration they at. If you are a kind-hearted person, if you are a nice person, if you are a nice spirit, be that. Don't let people disrespect you and take advantage of you, though. Be that respectfully. Just not meeting people where they are, trying to put you in a low vibrations. Don't be at a low vibration with other people. Be nice, be kind, and move on. It's really that simple. Learn hobbies. Learn hobbies, learn hobbies, learn hobbies, hobbies. Find some hobbies. Find something. Anything that you're interested in, do it. If you have something that you're interested in, you want to do, you want to make candles, you want to paint, you want to read books, you want to try something new, do it. I was just like, damn, there's so many things that I say I want to do and I never do it. And I started doing stuff. Like, I did a week on ClassPass where I went to a whole bunch of different fitness classes and I tried them out. And it was fun. I was able to go to different classes for free and figure out if there was something that I was interested in or not. And I didn't find anything, but it was still fun to go experience it and to be able to say, like, okay, this is not something that I want to do. I went and took a DJ class. I was interested in DJing. I took a DJ class. It was super fucking fun. Like, I had a great time at that DJ class. wasn't mixing no beats. I didn't make no hit, my nigga. But it was fun to go out and have a new experience and do. I have some crochet. I started crocheting. I'm terrible at it, but I started it and it's fun. I paint. I read. I bought a whole bunch of self-help books and I read in those. And it's really, really fun. And in doing those things and having those hobbies and having those things that I try, it helps me learn more about me. It helps multiple things. It helps me heal my childhood trauma a little bit and cure that, because I did try a lot of stuff growing up, but it just helps, heal that little kid in you that always wanted to do certain things that you weren't able to do, that you now can do as an adult with your adult money that your mama wasn't paying for when you were a kid. But also, it helps me learn more about myself and find things that I may, could turn into a passion. Or things that would just help me mentally grow as a person, like reading books. Like, I started reading, like, I read good Atomic Habits. I've read The Fourth Agreement. It was a miniature book from The Fourth Agreements from the same author that I read as well. I'm starting to read The Mastery of Self, The Mastery of Love. Like, reading these books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like, reading those books have helped me expand my mind and expand who I am as a person, and also open me up to different cultures and their ways, like Taoism and the Toltecs, and how they operate and how they understand it, and with their culture and how they view human life. And doing that has helped me really redirect and rewire and re-understand my life, and is this something that I believe in and what I don't believe in, and kind of just like helping me figure out who I am as a person. And if I never did those things because I was scared to try it or X, Y, and Z, I would have never known those things. So I feel like going out and trying stuff, you never know what you may like and what you may don't like. And for people being like, oh, I don't want to waste my money. None of that stuff to me is wasting my money. Like, I feel like going out and buying mindless things that I don't care about is wasting my money over having a good time and a good experience that I can now say that I had. Like, The DJ class was $50. I don't even care that I spent that $50 because I had a great time. And I have that moment to cherish for the rest of my life because I went and tried it. I went and tried the pole dancing class. I was fucking terrible at it. I was so fucking terrible at that shit. But now I can say I tried a pole dancing class. And it's not for me, but it was super fun to be able to experience that. So try hobbies, pick them up. It doesn't hurt you to pick it up. If you spend a little bit of money, you spend a little bit of money. But any hobby that I ever picked up, I've never said this was a waste of money. It was a new experience, and a new experience is never a waste because you never know what you may learn or what you can turn into a passion and turn into something that you can do for the rest of your life and make money off of. So just try new hobbies and learn yourself and learn what you like and what you don't like. Comfortability limits your potential. Comfortability will kill your potential. I'm telling you right now. Because a lot of times we have this bubble. And we're taught this from a young age to have this bubble of things that like we're comfortable with doing. Like, oh, I'm comfortable with staying here. I'm comfortable with living here. Like, I'm comfortable with doing these things. And we're told that when you go outside this bubble, there's a whole bunch of fear. There's a whole bunch of failure. There's a whole bunch of disappointment. But what we fail to understand is that outside this bubble is limitless opportunities. And it's endless possibilities of opportunities that you can discover. And that failure isn't the end all be all. It's not. It's better to try than to never try at all. It's better to try and fail than to never try at all. And I feel like when you get comfortable, you limit what you could learn. Like, for example, when you see those people who lived in the same country, the same state, in the same county for their whole lives, and they only know one thing, and that's their county and their little job. They got the same job or the people who got the same job for like 50 years. That's all they know. They don't know what other endless possibilities they could have had if they went to a different job, if they moved to a different state, who are different people they could have met. You don't know what you could get into if you just expand your mind, expand your thinking. And it's because of fear. Fear holds a lot of people back from doing things that they actually want to do. Like, for a long time, I was scared of doing YouTube because I was scared of the way I would be perceived. But at the end of the day, if this is something that I want to do, if this is something that I want to do, it's something that you want to do, it's something you're passionate about, go for it. If you want to travel, go for it. At the end of the day, who cares? It's fear everywhere. I could walk out of my house right now, get shot, die. I could drive to work and get in a car crash, die. I can go to work, get fired tomorrow. I could be at home right now, get a text say I'm fired. Fear is everywhere. Fear is everywhere, but it's nowhere. Like, for real. Stop being scared to go after what you really want to go after. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to die. When you're on your deathbed, and you're about to die, would you rather think, oh, damn, I really wish I would have tried all these things that I never had the courage to try, and you could die knowing that all the things that you wanted to do, you never was able to do? Or would you rather be on your deathbed and say, hey, I had a passion in life and I tried it and it didn't work, but I'm so happy that I got to experience it before I passed? Which one would you rather have? And whichever one you choose, you need to navigate your life like that. And that's how I navigate my life. Anytime I get to a point where I'm like, damn, I don't really want to do this because I'm scared. I'm scared of failure. I'm scared of this fear. I just think to myself, like, when I die, when I'm on my deathbed, will I regret not doing this thing? If the answer is yes, I will regret it. I do it. And a lot of times, you're going to have to fail. Like, when it comes to, like, success, when you look at a lot of people and their success stories, like actors and streamers that's now coming up, or, billionaires, a lot of times they tell you they fail a lot. You have to fail before you get somewhere. Everyone has to start somewhere. You're not just going to start and be a millionaire. You're not going to just start and be the next big thing. You have to put in the work. If you could put in the work, 8-hour shifts, 5 hours a day. Wait, what? 8 hours of shifts? If you could put in the work, 8-hour shifts, 5 days out the week, to a corporation and make them big bands and make that money, why can't you do that for yourself and make yourself a millionaire, make yourself the big bucks, make yourself the money, and you're doing something that you want to do? There's nothing holding you back but yourself. Clock it. If it makes me anxious and confused, then it's not for me. I feel like with dating, this is something that I really learned, especially when talking to guys, because I feel like a lot of times when guys are trying to like lead you on or they're trying to bullshit you, you get that gut feeling like, oh, he on bullshit. When I get that gut feeling, when I start feeling confused, when I start feeling anxious, like, why isn't he texting me back? What is he doing? Why not this? Why that? Why? You're done. You're done. Because in life, you shouldn't be anxious and confused, and somebody shouldn't be making you anxious and confused all the time. If someone is doing that to you, they're most likely playing your ass, and you need to go. You like, seriously, you need to go. Because if someone really loved you, if somebody really respected you, they wouldn't have you chasing your ass, chasing your fucking tail like a goddamn dog. Like, no. They'll tell you straight up what you need, what they feel. They give you the reassurance. They'll tell you how they feel, how they don't feel. And if that person's not being straightforward and honest with you, then why do you think they're going to be a good partner to be in a relationship with if they can't even be honest with you in the goddamn dating stage? Like, I'd rather you tell me, oh, I lost feelings, than you just be on some weird shit. Or I'd rather you just tell me, like, I'm not interested. Or I'd rather you tell me, like, oh, I'm dating someone else. Or, like, I'd rather you just be straightforward and say it than you just lead me on. But a lot of times, they either too pussy to say that shit to your face, or they like having you chase after them. Either one, we not doing it. If you making me anxious and confused, you gotta go. Get the fuck out. Thank you. Next! Chemistry doesn't equal compatibility. I feel like a lot of people take chemistry and take, oh, me and her, we have a good, like, rapport. We have a good, like, banter going on. Like, we like the same things. We have good jokes. We have good times. A lot of people take that chemistry and take it and say, like, oh, that means we'll be good in a relationship and have good compatibility. They're not the same thing. Chemistry does not equal compatibility at all. Just because you vibe with someone really well does not mean that y'all will be good in a relationship, because a relationship has foundations like values and morals, communication styles, and more that go into it that will make the relationship work. Just having vibes is not going to make your relationship work. And that's why a lot of times relationships fail, because y'all get into relationships based off vibes, but you don't even know this person. You don't know their political stance. You don't know how they are when they're mad. You don't know how they deal with conflict and resolutions. You don't know how they critically think, how they problem solve. You don't understand what their life goals are, if it aligns with yours. Like, it's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself, and like values, like, okay, what are their thoughts and opinions on, like, abortions, on political topics, on just human life, like society, like, what is their views on it, and does it align with mine? Morally, like, is there a moral compass? Does that align with me? A lot of people don't know that, and then they get into a relationship because, oh, we vibe really well, and then you wonder why your relationship falling apart, because you don't even know this person for real. So chemistry does not equal compatibility. And I had to learn that because I was getting into relationships with people that I was like, oh, well, we vibe really well. Then we get in a relationship and I'm like, ooh, when you're angry, you act like this. You can't resolve the conflict. You don't have you don't have no problem solving skills, no conflict resolution skills. Or I'm talking about, oh, this is how I feel like men and women are in relationships, and you don't have no, like, stance on it. Or I'm asking you political opinions and views and you have no stance on it, and I'm just like, wow, why did I get into a relationship with you? So yes, chemistry does not equal compatibility. Just because y'all vibe doesn't mean that y'all should be and then y'all have, like, lust for each other, does not mean you need to be in a relationship. You need to assess all bases of a person before you get into a relationship with them. Failure is growth. Failure is all a part of life. You're going to fail a dozen times before you get there. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I don't want to fail. I'm scared of failing, so I'm not going to do anything. No, that's how you end up wasting your whole year, wasting your time, because you're sitting there going for things that are easier. And yeah, you may, Yeah, you may, be successful in other things, but you're unfulfilled in life because you did not actually go for your passions. You didn't go for something that you actually wanted because it was hard. And you went for something that was easy, and now you are not feeling fulfilled, and you're wondering why you have this weird feeling in your heart, in your chest, because you went for something that you didn't really like because you thought it was easy, because you didn't want to fail. It's okay to fail. It really is okay to fail. When you fail, all it does is lead you chances and potential to grow. When you are at the bottom, you only can go up from there. There is no, like, once you hit rock bottom, you can only go up. You can't go any more down. So failure is potential for growth. When you go up and you fail, you have it's only up from there. And also when you fail, you have more knowledge of, like, okay, I tried this, it didn't work. Let's try something else. I tried this, it didn't work. Okay, I know not to do that anymore. Let's try this. Okay, number one, when I did the first trial run, this worked and this didn't. When I did the second trial run, that worked and this didn't. Let's put this and that together on our third run. Cool. Okay, we getting a little bit somewhere. Okay, we did something else. It failed. Let's do it again with this and that. But let's take out that third thing we did and let's see. And when you keep doing that, you're going to get to success. You're going to get to success. Failure only equals growth. It doesn't equal disappointment. It only equals growth. And I did that when it came to me changing my lifestyle, because I used to be very lazy. I slept all day, ate all day, watched YouTube videos all day, and I didn't do nothing. Now I read. I deleted all my social media. I go to the gym. I meditate. I do yoga every day. I read every day. I, do something productive every single day. And a lot of times people are like, how did you do that? Through failure. You know how many years I said I was going to lose weight? You know how many years I said my New Year's resolution is to lose weight, and I never lost a lick of weight. I actually gained weight. Yeah. I took the time out to actually assess and learn what works for me and what doesn't. Okay, I learned, okay, let's go through dieting. Let's do fasting. Let's try that. Okay, that didn't work. Let's tell OMAD, that didn't work. Let's try keto diets. That didn't work. Okay, let's try 5 days in the gym at the week. That didn't work. Let's try this. Let's try that. And me doing all these trial runs and trying what works for me and what doesn't work for me got me to a point where I learned my body, and I learned, okay, what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And that made me be able to solidify and come up with the routine that I have that makes me actually do the things that I said I was going to do. You have to fail. And all those times of me failing with diets, failing with trying new ways to lose weight, all of those times of me failing led up to this point where now I'm at a point where I'm consistently doing what I said I was going to do years ago. I'm losing weight. I'm consistently going to the gym. I'm consistently eating healthy. I'm consistently, on my shit because I failed so many times before. Failure is only growth. If I didn't fail all those times and learned what didn't work for me and what did work for me, I wouldn't be at a point where I know what works for me and able to execute it to my best ability. So failure is only growth. It's not a setback. It may feel like a setback in the moment, but trust me, when you get to a point and you get to that time period when it works out, you're going to be happy that it did, and it's all going to be worth it. So failure is growth. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Don't complain about shit. Complaining doesn't equal action. You complaining all day about something that you don't like about yourself or something, like, then you need to go fucking fix it. Get a solution and fix it. I didn't like my weight. I didn't like how my body looked. I kept complaining about it. Bitch, did I lose any weight complaining? No. I still look like the same fucking fat bitch. I still look the fucking same. Complaining did absolutely nothing for me. You know what did do something for me? Taking some damn action. Taking some fucking action. Y'all, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all want to sit here and complain all day, but y'all don't want to get up and do no work. Stop complaining. Take action. It's not going to get handed to you a silver platter. You're not going to wake up one day and be skinny. You're not going to wake up one day and have a degree. You're not going to wake up one day and have the dream lifestyle you want. You're not going to wake up one day and find that perfect man. That's not how life works. You got to go get it. You got to take some action. You want to get that degree, get your ass up, go to class, do that work, put in the time, put in the energy, get that degree. You want to lose weight, get your ass up, cook some meals, meal prep, meal plan, get your ass in the gym 4 or 5 times a week, get your ass up, start moving, lose some weight. You want to get you a good man, get some boundaries, get some self-respect, know what the fuck you want out of a man, get your ass up and go find you a good man. Fuck. You want a different lifestyle. You want to be like them bitches on Instagram with the nice lifestyle, luxurious. Get your ass up. Find a way to make some money. Make some money. Fucking do that shit. Go travel and live your best life. You want to be an Instagram girly? You want to be a TikTok girly? Get your ass up. Get some, know what the fuck you want to do. Make some videos. Post them bitches. And get your bag. You're not going to do nothing sitting on your fucking ass and complaining. That's not going to get you nowhere. Get your ass up. You want to move out your mama house? Get your ass up. Get a job, a job. Get you 2 if you need to. Get you 3 if you want to. Save that money. Budget your money out. Budget, plan, and get your ass a fucking house and get out your mama house. You're not going to do shit sitting there complaining. No complaining. We taking action. Complaining doesn't equal action. Action equals no reaction. If you do not take action, you're not going to get no reaction. That's what the fuck it works. It's Sigmund's fucking law, bitch. Get your ass up. Do something. Put the time in. Put the work in. You ain't going to get nothing handed to you in this life. You got to go get it. And if you're not going to go get it, if you're not taking no action, you have no room for complaining. Thank you. Be open to receiving. Be open to receiving everything. Be open. Be open. Don't be closed-minded. Don't be a pessimist. Don't be a glass half empty type of bitch. When you become pessimistic and you become a glass half empty type of bitch, you close doors for you without even realizing. You close doors. There's been so many times where, some shit happened to me. Like the other day, I was at the store and they didn't have something that I wanted. And I was like, damn, I kind of want this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they didn't have it. They didn't have it out on the floor. And I was like, damn, I kind of want this thing. Like, you know what I mean? I wish I really had it. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. It's cool. Don't even worry about it. I went around and I found something else that I wanted and it was better. Because I went and looked. If I was, a glass half empty type of bitch, I would have walked in there, asked them for whatever they had. And if they didn't have it, I would have got mad, stormed out, and then I would have complained for the rest of the day that, oh my God, they didn't have what I wanted. Oh, this is some bullshit. But me just saying like, oh, okay, that's fine. It's no worries. And me just going around to look at the store because I'm already at the store. I might as well go look. Me doing that, I find something better. Don't be a glass half empty type of bitch. Always be open to receiving. You never know what may happen when you just let life be and be open to receiving shit. And also me being open to receiving and me being a more optimistic person, I just noticed that a lot of stuff turns around in my favor. Like the world works for you when you let it. Like a lot of times when I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, or I wish it was this way. Like the times where I feel like I want to complain about some shit because it didn't go right for me, and I don't, and I sit there and I'm like, you know what? Let's just see what this brings. When I sit there and I do that, a lot of times I get something way better. A lot of times I get something way better. Be open to receiving. Be open to receiving. It works. It works. Let the universe work for you. Stop trying to go against it. Let it work. Something don't work out. Okay. Something else better may be coming. Okay. What else I want to say? La. I'm sorry, y'all. Last but not least, love with your heart. And meet people who match your energy. Be a light. Be who you are. Figure out who you are. Like 2025, if you didn't figure out who you were in 2024, if you bullshitted, anything that you didn't do in this year, make it a priority to do it next year. We only got so much life to live, and life moves fast. And I get it. Like, people have different circumstances. You can't do certain things, but just try. Like, if 2024 didn't teach me anything, it taught me to just try. It taught me to just go after what I want, because why not? Like, I really now just have like a why not mindset. When I try to tell myself and talk myself out of doing things, I just go, why not? And a lot of times you'll realize that all that shit be in your head. A lot of the times that shit be in your head. You're capable of doing whatever you put your mind to. Just do it. Just do it. Just try. Because you don't know what will come out of it if you just try. Try to just be a better person. Envision the person that you want to be and become that. Set up a plan to become that person. Let me show y'all. This was my 2024. This was my 2024 vision board. You can't really see it. It's dark as shit. Wait, let me try to light it up. This was my 2024 vision board. This is my 2024 vision board. And I'm happy to say that I completed a lot of stuff on this vision board without even knowing. And I made my 2025 vision board. And I'll be doing those things because I'm going to put my mind to it to do it. 2024 was a crazy year for a lot in social media and everything like that. And, I know times are hard, but don't let that negativity creep into your life. Don't go another year wishing you shoulda, coulda, woulda done anything. Just go, just do, just live life. Like, now is the time to go live your life. It is. I know people are like, well, I don't have the money to, I don't have the funds to, and you don't have to have funds and stuff to live your life. You don't have to have, stuff to just vibe. Like, you don't need to do all that stuff. You really don't. Just live. Every day, do something that will make you proud. Do something every day to be productive. Do something every day to make your heart happy. Like, that's enough. And chase your goals. Chase your dreams. If you have a goal that you want to do, put your mind to it. Stop bullshitting. Because you're going to look up one day and you're going to be like, damn. Like, if I would have locked in December, if I would have locked in January, you're going to look up in summertime and be like, damn, if I would have locked in January, who knows where I would have been right now. Like, just have that mindset. Like, life's too short, man, to be dwelling on stuff and being in a down mindset. Like, if 2024 taught me anything, it taught me to be more positive, be more optimistic, and take what is mine. And what is mine is what I want to do. My goals, my dreams, because they will happen. So, I'm done yapping because it's been like almost an hour. But yeah. Just be y'all. And that's all the advice that I got for 2024. And on that note, I'll be starting my channel. And I'll be posting way more videos. This is just like kind of like a rough draft video. And I hope that you guys join me for this year. And I continue to just spread lessons and positivity because that's what I want to do. I want to spread light into the world. And I just hope that you guys stick with me through it. So that's it. It's going to be your girl, Love Ayana. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye. I hope I taught y'all something today. So, okay, bye.